Let me just quickly mute that so I don't hear myself.
Cypher's already in the chat.
They've been
Before
in
he even started the stream.
they've been in chat for quite a while now.
Yeah. Let me turn off my my sound before I get fucking copyrighted with my ringtone.
Are you getting a lot of calls today or something?
Nah, just in case I got another one.
Okay.
I only got that one from before. Also, you guys can help me test the audio so far, because I want to make sure you guys can hear Pansy well. Twitter. There you go.
Or you should really just write this stuff down beforehand and then just copy and paste it all over.
That's fine. I mean, it gives people a chance to, like, tune into the live stream.
I suppose that's fair. Cyber can hear me fine, that's good.
Cool. Excuse me.
Wait, what?
I burped real quickly.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that went through Discord. I know that the people on live stream can hear it though, because I saw the bar move. Alrighty, and hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. We are doing more drawing today with Pansy.
Yes.
He is here with me in the call, so I can so he can judge my drawing skills firsthand.
And yell at him, of course.
Mm-hmm. It's normal.
Corey, what are you drinking now?
It's a was it strawberry lemonade V8? I'll be in some Skittles on the side too. But yeah, not much to announce and everything today, so we're just gonna get right into the drawing.
Oh, we forgot to put in a little message for the background.
Right, it's still stabby.
I mean, it could be applied to Jennifer because after all, she does make medicine, which includes vaccines, so that might work out.
I know how to easily fix it, so if you got an idea, well, we're starting the live stream here. Also, you guys can read their description as we're doing this too.
I mean, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, especially just. I mean,
That's science.
that could work for science, I guess.
For science, there you go, in all caps. You guys should hear it. You guys should see it updating in real time there. Yeah, also, for those who haven't seen it in the past, I also did Cyber's character on stream as well, too. We did Mimico. He was very fun as well, too. I had them on stream as well for that. There you go. Yep, should've just went by. Alright, so let's start the stream, everyone. So yeah, we're gonna be drawing Jennifer today, one of Pansy's OCs. And I've done like a few little things to this character, but I'm still kind of learning her a little bit.
Yeah.
But what I do know about her is that she is an alchemist and scientist.
Well, in terms of
she's like
alchemist.
a little what's it called? Kind of stern, I should say.
In a way, yeah. Though the alchemist thing is mainly for the fantasy roleplays.
Right. She's actually a scientist.
Yes.
But in the fantasy world, she's more of an alchemist.
Yeah.
If anything, if she was in Syria, I feel like she probably would be more of an alchemist. But then again, she might be more of a scientist, because that's also around the same time period.
She could be a bit of both, honestly.
Yeah, maybe an alchemist-scientist hybrid.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got... Oop. Alright, so yeah, we're going to start with a pre-sketch to kind of determine what the pose should be for this character. You have a certain pose in mind? Because I kind of made up my last two, so I wasn't sure if you had an idea for this or not.
It really depends on the outfit we pick out for her.
Ah, that's fair. I don't know, what do you think is a better representation of her? Her being in her work outfit, or better in just her casual clothes?
I mean, both really work out well. I mean, she is always working, but at the same time, she doesn't really care much about her, like how she dresses, so she probably she's just whenever she's not working, she's basically just I don't know.
Let's see. She also likes to read too, right?
Yes.
Maybe she could have. Maybe her pose could be her reading a book.
That could work out.
Looking up at the audience with a judgmental stare.
Do you have like any specific book in mind, or?
Unsure.
I mean, she, like in terms of the books she reads, she usually always reads non-fiction. The only time she ever reads anything fictional is if it's like a science fiction of some sort.
Ah. Damn it. Other way. There you go. That's how books look, I think. Sorta.
Maybe if you...
Also, would she be, like, sitting in this pose, or would she be in something kind of else?
Yeah, I expect when she, usually whenever she sits, she usually, like, has her, like, her knees, like, near her chest.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I feel like her arms are probably be in a slightly different position because of that too.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's kind of like that, basically. And maybe her hands could be resting on her knees.
Yes.
Actually, no, because I feel like she would actually be holding the book upright at this point. So it would be like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's a good frame of reference. Trying to imagine like what the rest of the background might look or not, or if there would even be a background, because I kind of wanted to do it like how the other ones were. So maybe she could just be sitting in the void.
You know, we'll probably end up doing that because I don't want to, like, hey, bother you with like a bunch of like different background videos and everything.
Or at least deter from like the theme of everything.
Yeah.
Like if this is a more proper drawing of her, then I would probably put her in like a proper setting and everything. But this is like a little background to use for things.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's start drawing her figure now. Which I guess I'll start. Yeah, I'll probably start about the same thing of that head, just a little bit smaller.
Oh, Corey, how does it feel to finally be able to draw a fat girl now?
And it's quite nice. I've been curious to see what she would look like in my style for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'd be a fine look for that. Also, because she's a little bit a little bit more on the chubby side too, she probably would have a bit more puffy cheeks than usual too.
Yes.
There we go. Actually, I wonder, maybe I can get rid of that. I'm not sure. Also, what I'm gonna ask the same question because I did it for Alex and everyone else too. Eye type. We got that one, and then we got the almond shape, which you'd like kind of more prefer for her.
Probably something like more in the middle, I guess.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull that off then. Yeah, because of the angle of her head, they would be closer together. There we go. Maybe something kind of like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I'm assuming she obviously wouldn't be wide-eyed like this. She would probably have a more lazed expression.
Yes.
There you go. Would you say that she's the type to kind of have that resting bitch face?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I have a few characters like that myself, especially Kyrie. Like, they don't really mean to come off like that, but it's just because of their expression that they do.
yes. Honestly, Corey, I think having a roleplay of Jennifer and Kyrie would actually be really fitting.
Yeah, especially because of their shared interest in like careers and stuff too.
Yes.
I might not make the eyebrows that thick, but that's like at least a frame of reference. So
Yeah.
I might just keep them like straight, like the regular line.
Yeah.
If anything, that would definitely be something I would want to do too. Especially because we can introduce her to even Xavier at that point too.
Yeah, we can. We.
Alright, I might run out of the body a little bit here, but I just kind of want to draw like the basic shape of it. So.
Okay.
The rest of it will be down here. And from what you said, it looks like it said it was she's a apple shape.
Yeah, apple body type.
So that would be kind of like, because I remember an apple kind of looks like. Apple basically kind of looks kind of like that.
Yeah, she's very round.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be like a basic thing of it, but I'm going to widen out the figure a little bit more here. Just want to make sure I get the bend of it right. Yeah, because her back would be more arched because of her sitting position. Dry bean. My bodies always seem to come out as beans, honestly. Just make it a little bit wider though. Yeah, I think that's at least a little bit better. A bean! Yeah, an apple bean. Is that about good for it, or would it be a little bit wider than that?
Probably a bit wider.
Okay. I like the shape of this, so I'm at least going to keep the shape, but I will transform it a bit. About that much?
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm gonna draw her. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna draw where her legs are first. It's about there, and then resting there on her thing. There you go. I think that looks about right.
Yeah.
And also, would her legs be more together, probably?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna make them too far apart here. Also, what was her outfit for this again? Oh yeah, she wears trousers, so she wouldn't have to worry about like someone trying to sneak a peek up her skirt or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit too high, but about that same length. There we go. Guys, anything else interesting about this character as I draw her? Because I know Cyber's been very curious to hear about her lore.
See. Well, as you know, she is the firstly of triplets, and she's basically like one of those like gifted child geniuses types. Like, when she was 3 months, she did say her first word when she was 3 months old.
Ooh.
And her word was blood because she because when her father was trying to fix the television, he accidentally stabbed himself in the hand, and he started bleeding. And Jennifer's like, blood.
Blood! Lovely.
Yes. Yeah, and then around by the time she was 1, she was already doing a bunch of different math of stuff like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all that. Basically, already can read at 30-year level already.
Oh yeah.
And needless to say, even though she technically could have gotten her degree, he much earlier in life, she decided to just not had to rush it too much. She did skip a few years here and there, but she didn't go straight off to university at a young age. She waited till at least she was 14 before she actually went off.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of making the back of the book here some kind of this is the person who wrote or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the little summary description of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what size does she have? DDs? Okay. You might not be able to see them too much from the angle of the pose, but I can probably try to do my best with that. Okay, just so I don't ruin everything else with it, I'm gonna make them in its own layer.
It might be a boobless stream today.
Sketch, huh?
I said it might be a boobless stream today.
Right.
Even though if you did, probably won't be able to do much with it anyway, because she is asexual, so she has no specific interest in having any kind of sexual relationship whatsoever.
Okay. That's interesting, Lily. I mean, yeah, I can see that too. She doesn't seem like she would be very, very interested in that kind of thing.
No.
I don't have many asexual characters myself, except for Dre.
And even then. Of course, that doesn't specifically mean she's a virgin. She has done it a few times.
So she's had at least experience.
Yes, mainly for like really, like only with like very close people, of course. And even then, she basically like requires them to like get testing to make sure they're clean, and then also still be willing to be willing to allow her to inject them with like an HIV vaccine for them.
Yeah, right. But can't be too careful.
Yes, he is always willing to find some excuse to test her medicine out on some people.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Even though he personally prefers doing it with people who basically have nothing left to lose and are on the brink of death. But she is willing to find less sick people and even maybe healthy people to try it as well. But
okay. Trying to think about how big her hands would be in regards of, you know, holding the book and everything like that. So I'm not sure if the book would be... No, the book would probably be about that small. Most books I think are about that size.
yeah, about that.
Would her hands, you think, be a little bit bigger than that, though? I'm trying to think of proportion to her body size and everything.
Maybe about that.
Can make them a lake. There you go. Maybe that much more bigger.
Yeah.
The other side might be fine because it's a little bit farther in the background. The other side should be fine. Okay. Okay, I think I got just about everything else on her good. Yeah, her cleavage is going to be a little bit hidden behind the book.
Yeah.
But maybe that's slightly intentional. She doesn't want anyone getting the wrong idea. Maybe that's why she also kind of keeps herself curled up in that position, because she doesn't want people staring at her body.
I mean, she doesn't really have any issue with people having this kind of sexual nature and look at her sexually, as long as they don't like actually
try to actually act upon it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see her being like that too. Like she's okay with it with like looking. And she probably just mostly sits like that for comfort.
Yes.
Like, hair sketched. Alright, so when we said on here, her hair is black/dark brown and a messy ponytail. Ah. See, I remember that's kind of like how she looked in Miitopia, right?
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. To remember kind of how it looked before. Because obviously since it's going to be in a ponytail, this back part's going to be like brought up here. That's going to be kind of like straight like that. As for the rest of it though. What thing should she have for the front?
Just like a short bang, just like a messy bang, like covering like her forehead and everything. Just basically think of how Jessica has her bang. That's pretty much how it is as well.
Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit different just so they don't look exactly the same.
I mean, they're not gonna be the same anyways, because like, take Jennifer's ponytail is shorter and much messier than Jessica's anyway. So, like, in turn. Actually, like in terms of the back of the head as well, there's also gonna like the part that isn't the ponytail. There's still like little bits of like hair, like still like popping out of her back. like the back of her head and stuff. So it was
Okay.
like it doesn't like take like not all of her hair is like in that head ponytail. Like a little, like a good chunk of it is on it, but there's like little like strands that still like pops out here and there.
Okay. Alright, for the bang, how something like that?
Yeah, that works.
Can you see that fine?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Actually, I wonder if, because you said her hair is kind of like more messier, kind of want to make this part a little bit more messier looking as well too.
Yeah.
Just not too much more because I know that it's combed, or it's like kind of like it's held back by the ponytail.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, and then right about here, yeah, is where the ponytail would be. What's it held by the way? Just like a regular scrunchie, or?
Yeah, just as like a small scrunchie of some sort.
Okay. Also, let me save this. That'd be a good thing to do, wouldn't it?
This is your first time saving this, Corey.
Probably.
Fuck's sake.
Jennifer or Pansy. There you go. Okay. I think there it is. Okay. Alright, and then about how big is the ponytail?
Go like the end of the ponytail goes probably down to like middle of her back, like upper middle.
Okay. And the top part probably wouldn't be too big then?
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe like that much?
About that, yeah.
Okay. And it trails down to, you said, mid-back?
Around there, yeah.
Okay. I do like my ponytail girls.
Another reason why you picked her, isn't it, Corey?
Maybe, maybe not. I'll not confirm or deny that statement. But yes. There you go. Actually, no, you wouldn't see that from there. Yeah, because it would be behind the hair. There you go. Alright. That look about good for her?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, I like the messy ponytail look, to be honest.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, and then let's draw the rest of her outfits. sketch. Gonna make it blue. And yeah, we're probably gonna go with the casual outfit because I imagine she'd be in a more casual setting for this, anyways.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and she also has those large black glasses as well. So they're probably like more square, kind of like mine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, maybe about down there. Yeah. And would they be like perfectly rounded like that, or would they have a bit of a different shape to them?
Round like that.
Okay. Oh, that's not where my cursor is. There we go. Okay, and then the rest of her is plain white shirt, black trousers. Okay, so she has a very simple outfit.
Yes.
Which does fit her character because she doesn't really care about impressing people or not. She just wears clothes that are comfortable for her.
I mean, she's interested in impressing people, but she's more interested in impressing people with her mind.
Rather than, yeah, her appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more like interesting lore things about her? Maybe even involving her sisters.
I mean, in terms of her relationship with her sisters, he actually has like a very poor relationship with hers. He does not like them at all. Like, she just absolutely hates Emily because he's basically a looter, and she doesn't really like Tracy that much because he's like really vain and always like makes her decisions based on pure whim and emotion rather than like any logic and reason. Like,
yeah,
he just really just does not like people who just has make all the decisions based on emotion rather than reasons. He only likes people who like basically just more reasonable, restful people.
yeah, who think logically.
Yes.
Okay. Also, when you say trousers, it's not like shorts, right? It's like the full pants.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make sure of that. Would they stop like right before her shoes, or like would they kind of go into them a bit?
Like a little bit.
Okay. Because I have some characters who like wear the loose things at the bottom, so they have like foldings going on at the bottom,
Yeah.
and some that just wear it like right before it stops at the shoes. So that way you can see maybe even a bit of the socks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be about that long then.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, how high would her socks be? Would they be like, you know, ankle socks, or would they go up the full length?
Ankle socks.
Okay. Yeah, I think we actually might get done with this sooner than we did with Mimiko, because Mimiko's outfit was very, very complicated to draw, while hers is very, very, or Jennifer's is very, very simple.
Yes. Not to mention I'm not as harsh of a critic as Cyber. As long as you do like as long as you can tell what she's supposed to be, I'm fine with it, honestly. I don't really expect like some kind of masterpiece or anything, but
Yeah.
not to mention I don't have like a very like critical like artist eye, so
Yeah. Again, like Cyber does.
yeah.
Don't worry, I'm sure she'll definitely point out my misdoings in the chat.
Yeah, probably.
Especially when it goes to the coloring. They're also in a much easier pose for me to do this time around, too. I like how this is coming out so far.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. And yeah, all the figure and the clothing looks fine like this too.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure that everything's good before I decide to try to move on to the drawing phase, because once I start drawing things in, it's a little bit harder to redo some of these.
Yeah.
Her pose actually is almost just big enough to fit in the whole frame. There you go. And I got two possible spaces to put my signature, either up in the top right or the bottom left.
Yeah.
I'll probably do the bottom left again, though.
Yes.
Okay. Also, she's a little bit of a shorty, huh?
Yes.
I just noticed that with her height.
Yes, he's short and very fat. Though despite how fat she is, he's as healthy as a horse.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. I just triggered myself.
Just like, damn it, I can't use horse terms anymore.
I can't even say simple expressions without getting PTSD.
Okay. Yeah, until we get to the coloring phase, I'm gonna hide the text for the moment.
Alright.
Sketches. Alright, let's do the drawing. My favorite part.
Yes. Yes, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but like her sisters are British. Like,
Oh, she's got the accent and everything too.
yeah, she has like a very lispy British accent. She was originally born in England, but when she was like around 13, I think, her and her sisters ended up moving to Wales, where they eventually met Venus, since Venus is Welsh. Yeah. But Jennifer was not that close with Venus. Like, whenever I mean, they were close enough to like still like allow her to like stay in her home whenever she visits or something, but she wasn't like that close as compared to how close Venus was with Cersei, since they were basically like best friends. It's through and through.
Okay. Do you see her doing like a lot of online chatting? Or like being in some of like those online groups, basically.
In specific, I guess in specific like science fiction fandoms, maybe some like science forums, maybe, but other than that, not really.
Okay.
Maybe
because
like,
I could see her like almost indirectly meeting Victoria through that. Because Victoria also was like kind of like really into those like little online groups and message boards and forum people kind of things like that too.
I mean, it really just like depends on what Victoria might be like joining forums of. Like, would Victoria be like in science fiction and like boards and stuff as well?
I think there's some science fiction stuff that she would like.
I mean that.
She's more into fantasy, but some science fiction also does pique her fantasy, because, you know, science fiction is almost kind of a version of fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, I can see that being a possibility. We could probably do this.
I just think at least like that would be like an interesting coincidence.
Yeah.
It's just like obviously they probably wouldn't know it at first until they started getting on the topic of it, and
Yeah.
they're just like, were you on that board before? And they're like, oh yeah, you wouldn't happen to be this username, right? I imagine there's like a couple of characters that Victoria's probably indirectly met online, and she just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, probably. So that would be like something interesting to bring up if we ever go back to that one story we were doing.
Yeah.
Or if we do a new story entirely, like basically the same concept as that one, but something like more oriented the Syria version.
Yeah. Once we get to like a Breakpoint or a Neptunia thing, I do want to eventually do more things with the characters like that too.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting little thing to try out.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what it is today, but like my lines are coming out very nicely today. Like better than usual, at least.
There's just judgmental stares, just like, you better do this right.
Right. Actually, let me get rid of the sketch real quickly. There you go. Does that expression on her look good?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I need to move the eyebrows down or not.
Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe Laura. I don't know. Like, I can barely even see any eyebrows, so.
Yeah. I just want to make sure of that before I like finish them on there. There you go. How about that?
Yeah, a bit better.
Okay. There we go.
That was too soft.
Yeah, I started to learn how to be a lot more careful and quick with my lines so they come out a little bit, you know, a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like before I thought I needed to like draw like the whole thing like that, but I've started to realize I can just kind of trace over it again like that.
Yeah, true.
Like I can do it like twice in a row and it'll still come out pretty fine. I just might have to erase a few spots and clean up, but that's good.
Yeah. As I'm trying to think of things to talk about with my character.
Yeah, just to fill the silence.
Yeah. We got him down exactly.
There's no other like things in like her backstory and everything that would be worth mentioning, right?
I mean,
that you haven't like already said.
Yeah, I basically mentioned like the big things mainly. Yeah. Like the major things I already mentioned. Now it's just a matter of like what piece of trivia is actually worth like mentioning at this
point. I'm trying to think of like the stuff that I did on my character sheets that I could maybe even ask to. Like, I know some of the things I like to put on my character sheets is stuff like handedness.
Wait, what?
Like her handedness. So like if she would be like right-handed, left-handed, whatever.
She's left-handed.
She'd be left-handed. Ah. I have a lot of characters who are right-handed, so it's interesting seeing how many people are done left-handed or ambidextrous.
Yeah.
So she's like Mimiko in that regard.
I didn't know. Oh, she was left. I didn't know she was left-handed as well.
Yeah, Cyber mentioned that during the stream before because she mentioned that she always holds her knife in her left hand.
Okay.
I have a few left-handed characters myself as well too.
Which ones?
Can't think of them off the top of my head, but I do know I definitely have them. I know at least for sure that I made Jessica ambidextrous. I think Xavier and Xavier had like a left-handed, right-handed thing going on. Because I'm pretty sure Xavier's right-handed while Xavier is left-handed, or is it the other way around?
You have to look back at your character, see Corey.
Right. It was one way or the other. I know I made that effect where like one of them is left-handed, one of them's right-handed.
Yeah.
So technically, if they combine both of their things together, they're kind of ambidextrous. If anything, I could kind of see Kyrie being left-handed as well too.
Yeah, I've inspired you.
Yes, indeed. There's a lot of parallels to make between Jennifer and Kyrie, to be honest.
Yeah, they're.
It's almost kind of funny how we unintentionally made the same character, just in like different forms.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like they have completely different backstories and upbringings and such, but somehow they they still roleplay almost the same way.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to actually have them meet together now.
Yes.
It would be like interesting to have, like, considering that, like, or really can't wait to see like what kind of conversations they have in terms of their work, because as Jennifer does like the traditional, usual, like medicines and all that, while Kyrie just use like robotics for her medical research.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Like, yeah, they are like almost similar in their work ethics and like what they and how they like act and everything, but they do have two completely different forms of science that they follow.
Yeah.
Because while she's more into like the medical side and such like that, she's more into robotics. Is that also not to say that Kyrie doesn't know anything about medicine, obviously. She still has a good amount of knowledge about that subject still.
Yeah.
But most of her major knowledge is in robotics.
Yeah. Jennifer also has like a little bit of knowledge in that field as well. Just not enough to have any expertise in it whatsoever. It's just, she's like basically just has like a broad understanding of the natural sciences. So he's like very much well aware of like how the different fields work, which is her main field is mainly biochemistry.
Okay. Oh, I think you stepped away a little bit from your mic there because you went a bit more quieter.
Was I not? Were you not? Like
I was
what?
still able to make you out over everything, so I know the stream was able to as well too.
Okay.
I just noticed it went quieter. Yeah, I'm actually kind of almost impressed with my ability at this point because, like, a lot of these lines are coming out first try, and that usually doesn't happen.
Good luck.
I'm having a stroke of luck today.
Yes. You should do more turn scenes with me.
Right? You just need to be in the call all the time.
Yes.
Alright, I need to put this one over here. Wait, yeah, no. There we go. Oh yeah, what was some other things? Oh yeah, wait, we talked about, what was it? We talked about, like, her, the fact that she was asexual, but what's, like, her actual sexuality?
It's just assumed
Or, like,
that-
what gender would she be interested in, if at all?
I mean, she has a relationship. She doesn't really care as long as they are smart and like rational and all that. Just anyone who base their decisions by thinking and reason and all that. Just like that's her main concern. Like gender doesn't matter.
Okay. And then, like, her regular gender would just be female, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she doesn't identify as anything else.
She is a cis female woman.
Alright. Let me go what else I was had to. Because with a lot of my with a lot of my like bios I've been doing recently too, I've been trying to put down like not only the specific gender they are, but also like what pronouns they even go by too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they do differ, but if they are like, you know, just regular cis, they usually just go by their regular pronouns.
Yeah.
So not many of them had to change. Like the main one I did have to change was Samantha's, because Samantha started kind of being a little bit more non-binary. So they kind of went by all pronouns. Even now, I'm so used to calling Samantha a girl, but I'm starting to also be more like, you know, mindful of just the fact of calling them they more often, because I feel like that's more fitting.
Yeah. So in terms of now that you bring it up, even though she is a woman and identifies as a woman, she would not be offended if you called her a man in certain contexts. Like
In certain contexts.
yeah, like whenever she thinks of men, she thinks like, hey, of like strong, brave, like people who like are more like reason and base oriented and like more thinking type. When you talk about in that context, she actually finds it as a compliment.
Okay. So yeah, she's kind of also probably the type that doesn't really care about was it gender roles or gender stereotypes either.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of characters like that myself. They don't really go by the gender stereotypes. They kind of just are what they are. There might be some that can, you know, act masculine or act feminine more like, but
Yeah.
sometimes some people don't even like really go by that. I still kind of even think that even just personally, it's kind of more of a an outdated concept at this point. Like, you could say people act feminine or act masculine, but they don't really, like, there's not really much of a need for those kind of words, at least. Because what's feminine and what's masculine nowadays is kind of a blur.
Very much, yeah.
Sometimes I'll only bring up my characters if it, like, goes with their backstory. Kind of like how Samantha was. Where most of her life she's been treated like a guy. So she's kind of just gone by those stereotypes. And that's also like because she's a tomboy too. That's mainly like this stereotype that she generally falls into is a more masculine trope, even though she is actually a girl. But with how much she's been kind of like deferred between the two, she doesn't really care anymore. She just she goes by whatever people want to call her. Also, we know kind of like her occupation is basically like a scientist, but like what kind of like actual work does she do?
That's basically it. She just has. Well, she also has like a small like a small job at a hospital as well. Like in a way, she's kind of like a part-time nurse, but she mainly just focuses on giving the medicine and all that. She doesn't actually like stay around and like actually help the patients that much.
Okay.
So basically just like quickly just gives them the medicine, maybe like checks out their like blood pressure and all that. That's just not like that active. Just staying around. Not like she just basically just says she's. It's not like she doesn't have like any concern whatsoever, but she does.
It's like not her main priority.
Yeah, she just wants to make sure that they're just like, as long as they're like healthy and all that, they're not dying or anything. If it's not urgent, she doesn't like worry too much about that. She mainly just has the other nurses just give them the more like nurturing type of treatments. While she just basically just quickly just does just basically the regular procedure for everything else.
Okay.
But like I said, that's just part time. She's not that interested in doing that. She's more interested in creating and producing rather than just simply taking care of them. Like that. She's basically just doing that until she like gets like a proper license to actually produce medicine without having to.
All right. Yeah.
Sneak around doing all that. That's more of a temporary thing until she actually.
Right, because she doesn't have like an actual like medicine degree or like.
Look, she does have like the degree and everything's just being approved to actually being able to actually go into the actual field itself. Since I'm not exactly sure like the actual regulations on how to actually do that per se. Hey, but I can imagine like you have to go. I know that it's like heavily regulated. You have to go through a bunch of regulatory hoops in order to go into the field. So I can imagine like she probably needs like a specific like license or like any kind of like she needs like some kind of government permission of some sort in order to actually begin producing the medicine and then submitting the medicine to have that be like approved and everything, all of that.
Yeah. That's a struggle I take a lot too when I'm making a lot of characters and their occupations. Is like, I don't know what it's actually like to work in this occupation, but I can make an educated guess. Like, obviously, you won't know how the process of doing things in a workplace like that is until you've worked there.
Yes.
But if you're writing a character for you, there's only so far you can kind of go with it.
Yeah.
Like how Victoria is too. Like, I have no history or knowledge of what goes on in the medical field besides my few doctor visits. But I imagine the way that it goes is kind of how I wrote it for her character.
Yeah. Right. I can imagine, like, probably would be, like, a very big struggle for her to... Like, imposters are a struggle enough as it is to work as a nurse in the UK, but then to immigrate to the United States, I know that it is very, very difficult to get anywhere to even enter the medical field in the United States, especially if you're an immigrant, so...
Yeah.
Imagine, like, she goes to, like... Imagine it would be, like, a very big struggle for her to actually be able to properly work in the, in the medical field over in the United States.
Yeah, I definitely wrote that in her character too. Like, she definitely had some struggles when she first moved in. So it was definitely not easy for her first off. I even like wrote like separate little side plots and storylines for her where maybe she didn't get it all right the very first time around, and she actually ended up struggling a lot to the point where she had to depend on someone else to keep the bills paid until she can finally get what she needed.
Yeah.
But of course, she always thought that living in America was a better life for her because she wasn't happy where she was living in the UK.
Yeah.
And I also have a separate plot for her even out there where she lives with, where she actually still ended up being with her parents. And she just kind of, just pushed through it. She's like, even though I don't like living here, this is what's best for me, so. Because that was the whole thing with her. Her parents wanted to get her into a very good place because that's why, because of her mom's influence, she was able to get into some very big name schools and get a very good degree.
Yeah.
And had a very, very strong work ethic because of it as well. But yeah, and for the most of the canon of her main story, when she moved to America, she did have a better time. Like, at least in my personal canon of her, because she kind of used the degree that she got from the UK to kind of impress the people that were over here.
Yeah.
Also, how's the line work going? Or how's the liner looking?
It looks good so far, yeah.
I think there's like one little touch-up I want to do up here. And then I think I'll start coloring. Oh, I also see you. That's the other thing too. Like, just looking at this character alone, I see a lot of parallels between Kairi and a lot of parallels between Victoria.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like a mismatch between the two character tropes. With, of course, Jessica's hairstyling.
Yeah. Somehow this is a combination of all three of them somehow came together like this.
Right? Three of the best girls.
Yes.
Alright, let's start on the coloring. Let's also think about what the kind of colors we want to use for her. So, I remember you mentioned in this thing that her hair is black, but also dark brown? Or like, it's not a combination of the two colors, it's like in between the two colors, basically?
Yeah, it's like, she has a very dark hair color, so.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if the dark brown was like a highlight of the black hair, or if it was like just a little bit of, if they were just mixed in, kind of.
It's basically the same thing, pretty much, in this case.
Okay. So let's see. So here's like a dark brown look. Or if you want me to make it more brown. Just a bit more lighter brown. There we go.
Dark one's better.
The darker one better? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll keep that one then. Color's blue. So I don't think I'll make it this bright blue. Or like this bright of blue. Or something like this. Or would it be more darker than that?
That works.
Okay. And what else does she have? Oh yeah, pale white skin color.
Yes, he almost never goes out in the sun, so...
Yeah, she probably has that Victoria coloration to her.
Yes.
There we go. And then the white shirt. By the way, that's the difference between the skin color and the white there.
Yeah.
And black trousers, which is going to be about this black of color. Yeah, about that black of color. And you also mentioned casual shoes. What colors would those be?
Those are black as well.
Those would be black too. Okay. And her glasses would be black as well too. Okay, so that's her color scheme right there.
Yes.
And I might need to make the book something different too, because I'm not sure what color the book should be. I think I might make it black too, but I think we'll see how the rest of her colors look on her first before I decide on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Coloring. Put it under the drawing layer. And now let's fill in everything. Let's do her hair first. Alright, the scrunchie too. The scrunchie will probably be black.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, whoops. Alright, another thing I just thought of too. Pets. Do you have any experience with pets?
She doesn't have one yet, but she does plan on getting a few cats later on.
Ah. I could see her being into cats as well too.
Yeah.
She's very cat-like herself. Just maybe not in the way of just being like, hello human, give me affection. She's more of the cat that's just like, no human, stay away from me. I like my personal space.
Yes, pretty much.
Oh wait, I forgot the top part here.
I'm honestly tempted to make the furry version of her a cat.
As a cat? Oh, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
That could be an idea too, like maybe even like a Sonic version of her too.
Yeah.
Like maybe at least sometime down the line, I wouldn't mind doing an art of her again, just as a Sonic OC as well too, because I think that would be interesting to see.
Yes, indeed.
I want to do that for a lot of my characters as well too. There's a lot of variants of all my characters that I have thought about. Like not only as a furry version, but also as a Sonic version, because I've been mainly I mainly started off with the Sonic style when I first did art, so I feel like that would be better for me to try to draw them as first before furry.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to get into furry as well too. The closest thing I've done to a furry drawing so far that's like canon to my world and everything is the foxes I did. The great foxes.
Yes.
But those are more feral. I keep drinking from a cup that is empty. I need to bring out the water flask now. delicious.
Indeed.
Delicious water. Even though water technically doesn't have a flavor.
Yeah, but it's refreshing. That's good enough.
Exactly. Alright, now make everything that's black on her. Which, there's a lot of things that's black on her. I feel like black is like one of those colors that just works on everyone.
Yes.
Like, black hardly looks bad on anybody.
It's impossible.
Yeah. Oh wait, I need that. I need those back too. Oh, I need that above everything as well too. There we go. Black trousers and the shoes. That's right. Okay, the shoes and the shoes and the trousers. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't get anything off there. Boop. 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 Oh, I know a common thing that I remember from my things too. What kind of food and drinks does she usually get? Like her favorite things of those, at least.
In terms of drinks, he usually just drinks water and tea. As for food, I mean, he tries her best to focus on like fruits and vegetables and all that to make sure she's in the good health. Same time,
Mm-hmm. Like she's at least a little bit conscious about her health because she knows about it.
yes. At the same time, she also enjoys meat as well.
Mm-hmm. You see that I kind of have. I mean, I kind of have that same thing for Victoria as well too. It's like the main reason that she got that Victoria got the figure that she does is because she was never able to kind of like splurge on those kind of foods before for herself. So she kind of just ended up kind of falling into that hole. Also, she mainly kind of overate because it was a stress inducer of hers. Like when she got overly stressed out from the things that happened in her family, she tended to overeat. And that's kind of what kind of gave her, or what started building up the figure in the first place.
And I feel bad about enjoying her parts body.
Yeah. She is very self-conscious about it as well, too, but over time, she's kind of learned to kind of accept it. Because she feels it a little bit more comfortable like that, at least. Because doing all the workouts and maintenance that she had to do on her body before, she felt like she was going a lot out of her way for something that wasn't really too necessary for her in her line of work.
Yeah.
At least in that regard, these characters are kind of different in that regard because she doesn't care about people seeing her body, while Victoria definitely minds.
Yes. I always have to remind her that she looks very beautiful, like the way
Exactly.
her body feels.
Yes, she looks amazing in the way she does.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. Does she have any other hobbies besides reading?
Like once in a blue moon, so probably go to some kind of convention of some sort. She usually like dresses up as one of the doctors from Doctor Who.
Oh, nice.
Mainly the 11th Doctor.
Ah. Also, I forgot. I forgot the skin right over on her feet there, right by her feet. I'll just fill that in by hand.
Yeah.
It's not too much, anyways. Actually, I'm gonna do that with everything else too. We're about at that point now. But yeah, it's interesting though that you mentioned that she's into like conventions, because yeah, because of her personality type, she doesn't really seem like the type to want to go to many social conventions or social events.
I mean, he's a like in certain bursts, so she enjoys it, but she does not like doing it for too long.
Mm-hmm. Like she probably feels a lot more better in that group of people, because they're people that she kind of feels like she can connect with better than like just random strangers.
Yes, exactly.
Like, it's not like she doesn't totally not like human interaction. It's just that she doesn't really go out of her way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, she does.
She does what?
I lost my train of thoughts.
I get that. You just start a sentence, you're like, she does, and like, wait, what did she do? What was I thinking? Okay. Actually, let me get this black again so I can get her eyes. Oh, and then she has a blue. Oh, cool. I'm also a fan of blue eyes.
Yes. Understandably so.
Yes. Ironically, I don't think many of my characters have blue eyes, to be honest.
I have too many characters that have blue eyes. Like the only people so far that I know canonically that does not have blue eyes is just Richard and Juliet. Juliet has green eyes and Richard has brown eyes.
Ah.
Everyone else has blue eyes so far.
See, I don't have too many actually that have blue eyes. I know Cody definitely has them. And obviously Xavier as well too. But I don't know about too many others.
Abigail has blue eyes as well.
I have Abigail too, yes.
I mean, technically, Victoria does have blue eyes, just a different shade of blue.
Yeah, they're teal.
It's like
Which I think is a much more interesting color because I don't know many people who have like such bright teal eyes like she does.
yeah.
More blue eyes, more. Right, I need to make more blue-eyed characters.
Yes. Meanwhile, I need to
I
make.
have a lot of red-eyed characters.
Meanwhile, I need to make fewer blue-eyed characters.
Right. Yeah, I have a lot that have red eyes because I made a whole giant legacy of people who share the same eye color as like their main defining trait that kind of links them all together.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell if they were related or not. Like, some of them might have the same facial structure, but for the most part, they don't have too much in common with each other. Because of how many different half parents they have.
Yeah. So I'm actually tempted to make some characters that have like unique eye colors just outside the usual blue, green, brown, hazel
Yeah.
spectrum.
It's a very interesting like thought because like I have a few characters like that myself too. Like even like Spike, even Cody's brother, he has purple eyes, which I thought was very neat. And I've also learned that there is actually a thing where someone can actually get purple eyes from some kind of condition. I think it is. I don't think it's like something that's like too like sickening or whatever, but like I know there's some kind of condition that can basically make someone have purple eyes.
Okay.
I forget what exactly it's called though. And of course, not many people have like bright red eyes like the Damons have.
Yeah.
But
if they did, it'd be concerning.
Yeah. I also made it so I think Jessica has yellow eyes, which I don't think anyone has those. Now that I think of. Also, Kay has orange eyes.
Wait, what?
Kay has orange eyes.
I thought you said Katie at first.
No, Kay.
I was like, wait, if Katie has orange eyes, what color does Carrie have? Does he have orange eyes too, or is that like the only distinction?
Yeah, no, Katie and Carrie, I believe I made them both have, I think I made them both have pink. At least I think so. I did the reference a while back, so I think that's what I did.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that you made their eyes pink just to have like pink contrast between their eyes and Jessica's hair, then have Jessica's eyes with their hair.
Yeah, that's what it was. Also, Kay's eyes are very interesting as well too, just because of his blindness condition, and also the power that he has with his eyes. Because like I actually made it so like imagine like these eyes here, but the whites of them are actually black, and then this whole outline here is actually just orange, and then there's nothing else inside here but the black. So it's black, and then just an orange circle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And that circle kind of glows more when he uses his power.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed I missed something over here. Just gonna fix that real quickly. Boop. Oh yeah, so that's everything besides the book. Also, is that a good color for the hair too?
Yeah.
Okay. And to make sure, since it was like on everything, and you can see it contrasted with the black. I heard a rumor about me. Oh.
Wait, what?
Cyber said there's a rumor about her.
Oh, okay.
Also, yeah, what color do you think the book should be? Because I'm still trying to decide. I'm deciding if I should make it black, or if it should just be white as well too.
Either black, white, or gray.
I think gray actually might be a good contrast.
Yeah. Especially since...
I'll let you guys know later. Okay.
Not to mention he, like, reads a lot of, like, very, like, dry, intellectual kind of books, so it'd probably be, like, very fitting to have something, to have a color like gray for that.
Yeah. Maybe not that color of gray though. Thinking maybe more of a silvery. There you go. That's more like what I was thinking. And I'm gonna take this brown, but I'm gonna make it a bit deeper and a bit lighter. That's gonna be the background of this picture. Maybe this will be... Maybe that circle thing will be like a bit of a purple. That's what I kind of assume. Like a dark purple.
Yeah.
They always find other characters from people make it pretty interesting because like I always like seeing how like they differ from my characters because a lot of mine are like in a modern fantasy setting,
Yeah.
while some people's are like they're either more normal or they're even more fantasy like.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like in that weird middle ground.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't differ from yours as well as just basically all your characters combined the same way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think colors look good on all the parts here. Now I just got to shade. Yep, just got a shade. I think I made this 50 before? Something like that. Alright, let's see, where should I start? I usually like starting with the face, because I always kind of imagine how the hair falls on everything. Okay, yeah. Alright, that's not the right layer. I should remember how I did this before. This is on overlay? Yes, overlay. I'll just do normal for the moment here.
Yeah. I gave as much lore as I can think of right now. I don't know what else to say.
More lore? Yeah, basically, at this point, just ask trivia. Because, like, that's all we can really think of for Jennifer at the moment. Like, I think also, especially, you had a lot more lore to provide for your, for Mimiko before Cyber, because you had probably a lot more written down and everything for her. All our characters are a little bit more, simpler and basic than that. Nope, all off my head. Mimiko was like 2 years old.
You would make a... Usually people make like a lot of lore after 2 years of characters creation, so...
Yeah, that is fair. Even I keep constantly thinking of new things for my characters, too. Yeah, I remember, yeah, you had, like, stories to give about the development process for her as well, too. There we go. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna do this too. I might have forgotten this on Mimiko's character, and I might have to update it. But the eye color, the eye shading, I also do kind of separately. Because usually the way I just do the eye shading is I just do a little black thing over the eyes and adjust it however I need it to. And we'll do about 75 maybe. Yeah. Now I'll take a look back at Mimiko's thing real quickly too, because I might have to update that with her too. Because I don't remember doing that. Now let's do her hair next.
So we need a bit of trivia. Like, all the sisters technically have the same hair color, but only Jennifer kept her natural hair color. The other two dyed their hair.
Ah, so they're meant to be this dark too?
Yes.
Okay. That's, if you remember too, that's kind of how Jessica was too.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned she was blonde before she dyed her hair pink.
Yep.
Although you... Oh, wait. Didn't like, originally her natural hair color was supposed to be pink?
Yeah, I think I originally wrote her as naturally having pink hair, but I thought it would have been more fitting if it was that she was blonde and she just dyes it pink.
Yeah.
Because she likes the color that much.
Yeah, fair point. I'll be honest, I kind of like to see Jessica.
Blonde Jessica?
Yeah.
It's an idea.
Well, technically speaking, we could basically have like do that one fusion idea. One of the two fusion ideas I have with Jessica and another one of my characters.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Corey, but one time when we were talking about different fusion characters, I made a little list of, like,
Yeah.
body different characters of ours to try to have that fused together.
Yes, indeed. I do remember that, yeah.
We still need,
After the Territoria stream.
yes, we still need to do that, Corey. Just have, like, a bunch of our characters combined.
Yes.
Should I, like, make the list again, just in case, or do you think you remember it?
I don't. Oh. Maybe you can make it if you want. I'll probably just look into it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna be mentioned on here too. Oh yeah, I don't think it's on here. What's her age, by the way? Or do you have like a canon age for her?
He is around 26 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her original birthday was the 27th of February, 1986.
Okay. A lot of my characters range in the or basically in about the 20 range.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not I have her for 96 or 2000. Like I said, like one of the triplets was born on a leap day, so.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't make much sense to have them born in like 95 or 97 or something like that. So it had to be either 96 or 2000.
Hmm. You see, the ages are always a little bit weird for me to do on some of my characters, because sometimes I make stories where they're one age and then some they're another. They kind of fluctuate a little bit depending on the setting I put them in.
Yeah, it's basically the same with me. Sometimes I have them like in different ages. Sometimes they just I do like stories and roleplays where Jennifer's like still in university. Other times she graduated and is basically on the cusp. Other times she's already in her dream job.
Yeah. I think that's also just because like I always think of a lot of different stories for the characters. So there's a lot of points where they sometimes are at different points in their life, and sometimes I feel like that those points make better stories for them. Or better settings for the character. It mostly depends on what I use them in. Like, I still have like a canon that they usually kind of fall into, but there's a lot of different canons regardless of usually about where they lie. Get good. Get good for what? Okay, shitting. Actually. There we go. I think that's the main shading good. Which I think I remember what I usually do with this is... I think I have... Yeah, you have one shading be this. I duplicate it. And I make the other one an overlay. Possibly. That just makes it darker. Why is that so much more darker like that? Because this sounds like that if I do overlay too, right? Alright, the overlay helps with the darker parts, but not the lighter parts. That's what it was. Okay. I think it'll be fine with just the regular. Scrunchy. Scrunch stuff. Give it them hugs, I guess. Well, I don't know. I would say, would they like that?
Well, I mean, Jennifer's not usually one for physical affection. Like, she only hugs people that she really, really likes.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe even like just family.
No, she doesn't hug family. She does that.
Not even out of obligation.
No. Like, she doesn't really like her family that much. She respects her. She respects her parents and grandparents and all that, but it's not to give them any kind of affection.
Okay. Fuck you, fam.
Yeah, like she only hugs like very close friends.
Gotcha.
And even then, her friends probably don't really like the kind of people she like. She typically doesn't hugs to begin with, so she probably doesn't really get that much hugs.
Give it them books.
Oh yeah, she'd be more than happy to accept.
Yes. Yes, right. Overlay was better on this. That's right. Okay. So I'm gonna do one more thing here. There you go. Hey, look, it's Chris. Whoa. I don't see you in the chat very often. I was told to bully you. I see. Well, thank you for that. Yeah. I don't think there's too many other things on this that would be reflective. Maybe the book cover? That might be actually too much. Yeah, I think 50 is better. Okay. Alright. What do you think of it so far?
I love it.
Great. I just need to do, her, the background shading. Like, her shadow, I mean.
Okay.
And then the background, color, and I think it should be all good.
Okay.
Thankfully, the hands are a little bit easier to do this time around.
Yes, indeed.
Especially because they were partially covered.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Do you think I need to add a little bit more shading around here, maybe? Just to show that they are, their boobs are a bit bigger than that?
Yeah. Probably a good idea to do.
Because I know she has DDs, but I wasn't sure if, even with the book in the way, if that was kind of clear or not. Yeah, that's a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure there's no other things I want to touch upon before I finish it up. I think it's fine like that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really see anything else that's missing.
Okay. Duplicate coloring layer. Color overlay. Who is that character? Maybe this side. Or no, wait, the spread will probably be down the way.
Or is a muggle, apparently.
Bori's a muggle. Hold on.
No, he's more of a squib, honestly.
Oh, what?
It,
What did you just call me?
a squib. It's a non-magical person that's named after they're a non-magical person who has like magical parents.
Ah.
He's a house elf.
A house elf. Christmas Reddit.
No, or a house elf is an elf that's enslaved to a specific wizarding family. So essentially, you're a slave now.
I am a slave. Oh, perfect. I love that.
The only way you can be free is if we give you clothes.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's about good. Just need to move it up. There. And make it about 50. I read Moogle as a Moogle. I am a Moogle. I mean, I'd rather be a Moogle, actually. He's a half twit and a half muggle, a twiggle. He has the borps. Jennifer is awesome, yes.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and since we're doing the background little thing here now, what kind of color would you think would fit good for the background?
Honestly, like probably like a light gray, maybe.
Light gray? It's supposed to be black. There we go.
I like that. Yeah, I like. Yeah.
Oh, do you want it to be this dark, or do you want me to make the top lighter?
No, go back to that one. Yeah, I love that.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. Alright, okay. Spins! Spin!
You spin.
I spin. Alright, oh yeah, and then I add my signature, of course. Original work, do not steal.
Do not make it an NFT or so help me.
Do not make an NFT or so help me. Actually, yeah, we'll make it blue. It'll kind of go with her eyes. Bonk.
The tentacles are after you,
The
Corey.
tentacles. No. Get him. No.
Once the tentacles have its fill with you, you'll be vored.
No. No vor.
Vor.
No. There we go.
I could honestly see that something like that happening, Chris.
It looks like they're in a closet reading and someone opened the door letting in the light.
I could honestly see something like that happening. Like, though I mainly see that happening to her like when she was younger, not so much as an adult.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let's try this out. All right, so export. Let's first export this little thing.
Or is Kirby confirmed?
I don't know if that's Kirby. That's something else.
I just say it's Kirby.
I'm running away from the tentacles. Yeah, just because I know that this thing likes to sometimes show my home screen when I open up a new tab, I'm gonna quickly do that. And a new. May as well make the desktop variant as well. There we go. Alright, that should be good. So I'm basically just going to take everything from here and then just stretch out the background. That's okay. I don't remember being that big, actually. Come on, image. Yep, that's 2K. Okay.
Small peen boy.
Small peen boy. Excuse me. How dare you? Oh.
Jennifer's the most amazing character I've ever seen on this channel. I don't know about that, but she is definitely up there.
Yes. Also, do you think her sitting right in the middle like this is fine, or would she be in a certain spot?
In the middle is fine. Corey should feel honored. Yes, Corey, be honored.
I am honored, obviously.
Yes.
I've always wanted to draw this character, anyways. It's not like I was forced into this. I literally chose this character. All three of the characters I've drawn recently, I've chosen to want to draw on the channel. They're all pretty fun to draw, honestly. I like drawing them all. I always like trying out things that are outside of my mind, just to see how well do they come out. Blink twice if you're in trouble. Well, I just blink all the time, so you won't be able to tell necessarily what that's for.
Now Corey, now that's more characters.
More characters. Yeah, I'll eventually get to it. It's enough drawing for me at least today, but I will be drawing more probably later in the week. The police are on their way. Oh no. Stay calm. I think now is actually more the time to panic than any time. Alright, let me export this as well real quickly too. And then I'll quickly send both of these to you in a DM as well too before I post them anywhere else.
Alright.
And then you can use them however you wish. And then probably either, I don't know, later tonight or tomorrow, I'll probably finish up Alex's. Because I have yet to finish Demi, and I need to do the same thing here like I'm doing here for Demi. Time for a new butthole. Now we definitely need the police.
Or I'm getting bored of the holes you have already. We need new holes.
No more holes, please. Okay, but I think that's gonna do it for tonight. For today, actually. It's not night yet. I'm so used to saying night because I always start midnight. More holes for more things. No. No more holes need to be made for any more things. I have all the functions I need in my body right now. Thank you very much. Alright, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Pansy, for joining me today and helping me with this drawing.
Oh yes, my pleasure.
Indeed. I'll list all Pansy's things in the description below as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, no problem. No, you need more holes. No. No, thank you. Alright, so yep, like if you liked it, subscribe and follow if you wish to see more, and other Blu Draws and Pansy stuff down in the description below if you wish to check that out. We're going to be doing meet the new Nintendo sports game on Friday, so if you wish to check that out, please do so. And I'll see you guys all Friday for that stream. Bye-bye now.
Bye.